Hey everybody, welcome to Hockey Skate Down. Before we get into the video, I just want to say thank you to all my subscribers. If you want to join our hockey team, it's free. Click subscribe, hit the notification bell to all. Thank you all so much, and let's get started. USA wins the gold, Canada wins the silver, and Finland wins the bronze with a 4-1 victory over Team Russia. So there's you get three medal teams. This gold medal game was fun between USA and Canada. Whenever you have these two teams fighting for the gold, it's always a treat to watch them go at it. They always have tremendous rosters heading into these tournaments, and it was no different this year. Both these teams were stacked. They both had dynamite players on this team, and both these teams. And I thought it'd be more of a goal-scoring event. I didn't think it would be a 2-0 victory. I thought it'd be maybe a 4-3 victory, maybe a 3-2 victory. You saw how easily these two teams really padded up the goal-scoring department. You know, dominating teams and outscoring them by a huge margin. Where I thought it'd be more goal scoring on both sides, but it was a 2-0 victory for Team USA. You saw Alex Turcotte with the first goal, that tip-in goal, beautiful tip-in front of the net. You saw Trevor Zegras get that second goal on the side of the net. And, they really captured the game from that point on, and they really buckled down. They did make mistakes. Spencer Knight really stood out and really played well in this game, earning another shutout. And he had 3 this tournament, so he really stood on his head and played well throughout. So it was a fun tournament to watch. Every team played well. You saw a lot of standout players from a lot of different countries and for their respective teams that drafted them as well. I know a lot of NHL fans, especially myself, was looking at how their team's prospects did. And, a lot of them really shined in this, and the future's bright for a lot of these kids in the NHL. So, just to get a little bit more on how the individual stats were for this tournament, Tim Stuetzle won Best Forward for the World Junior Tournament Awards. Tapi Niemela won Top D, and Devin Levy won Best Goaltender. And, getting to Trevor Zegras, so let's talk about him. He wins the World Junior MVP. He had a goal and assist this game, but throughout the tournament he had 7 goals, 11 assists, 18 points. He was second in goals, first in assists, first in points. And with this, he tied the all-time Team USA World Junior record for assists with 20 and points with 27. And what could you say about this kid? He's just a dynamite player. And I liked how with this one they really zeroed in on Zegras and Cozens. They played really good throughout this tournament. I think Cozens had 8 goals, 8 assists, 16 points. So these two players really shined throughout the whole tournament. Every game you saw them really padding up the score sheet and playing well, and their fan base are really excited to see them don their jerseys. So Trevor Zegras, to me, I really liked him entering his draft year. Watching highlights of him during that year, he was more of a playmaker. You saw how he had this just tremendous ability to find the open man and make these beautiful passes, where I feel like this tournament he played more of a well-rounded game, scored some pretty goals, still had that playmaking ability, but he was more of a 200-foot player. And you saw a lot of videos on him, stick handling. This kid's got every single ability you could think of. His stick handling ability is off the charts. He can score goals. He can find the open man with ease and make beautiful passes. This kid's going to be a dynamite player for the Ducks. So if you're a Ducks fan, if you're an NHL fan of any player, keep an eye on this kid. He's going to be a dynamite player for a long time. So, just to get into how some players did, with their teams, looking at LA's prospect pool with Turcotte, Byfield, Kaliyev played dynamite in these World Juniors. And then you have Bjornfoot, you have, Buffalo's farm system with Quinn, with Cozens was just tremendous. I think throughout every single game, he was the best forward in this. I know Stuetzle won the award overall, but I just feel like Cozens, every game, he was just a dominant factor. And, every time I looked at his stat sheet, goal and 2 assists, 2 goals, 2 assists. This kid was just awesome, and he's really going to be a great player for Buffalo. Peterka really played well. I think he had 4 goals, 6 assists, 10 points. Jack Quinn played well as well. You had the Ducks with Zegras and Drysdale. Played really well. They were standout players for Canada. Newhook and Byram really dominated too for Colorado's farm system. You had New Jersey, who had Holtz. You had Mercer on Team Canada. Muhammadulin for Russia. Holtz for Sweden. And Moynihan for USA, so that they were heavily represented as well. And Detroit with Raymond and Soderblom really stood out to me in this tournament. Played really well. So the future is bright for a lot of. And I know I'm missing a couple of players and a couple of teams, and I apologize for that. There was so many. Oh, and Ottawa I wanted to mention too with Stuetzle and Sanderson. I'm really looking forward to them too as well. But This whole tournament had a lot of good players for a lot of different teams, a lot of different countries that really stood out, and it was fun to watch. I thought Russia would have been one of the teams as well. You know, you had Sweden was in there; they were upsetted, but it was a fun tournament to watch. I thought it was definitely going to be Canada and USA at the top. I thought maybe Canada had a better, looking at their lineup, I thought they had more depth. But you saw USA had the players. They had the depth as well. They had the goal scoring ability with a bunch of their players. They had the net minding. And, just to get to the net minding, you had 2 goaltenders for the Florida farm system playing in this team. And I don't want to take anything away from Florida. They were well represented too with Lundell. He played well for Finland. But you had 2 goaltending prospects for one team going at it. You had Devin Levy, who was a 2020 7th round pick for Florida, and Spencer Knight, who was playing for Team USA, was a 2019 first round pick, 13th overall. So Florida is well represented in net with their future after Bobrovsky's long-term deal. So if you're a Panthers fan, I'd be excited. The future's bright in net. Lundell looked great, and they have a couple of good players as well in their farm system as well. So with this tournament, I always look out for prospects and certain teams that drafted these players. It's fun to enjoy that ability as far as them playing for the countries that they're representing. But, as an NHL fan, it was fun to watch. It was a great tournament, and, USA captures the gold, and it was fun to watch. So what did you guys and girls think about the tournament? What did you think about any standout players that I didn't mention? Comment below and let me know. And as always, thank you all for watching. I really appreciate your time. Smash that like button. And if you haven't done so, subscribe to the Hockey Skate Down. Join our hockey team. Thank you all so much. Have a great rest of the day. Have a great night. Be safe. Take it easy.